fracture you, and you're going to have inflammation. You're going to end up with autoimmune disorders and other issues such as Alzheimer's. That's been proven to be a lot of contribution from stress. And you might even have other diseases and cardiac issues. Diabetes is on the rise. There's a lot of things that could occur because of your thinking. So I always say, when you're monitoring your thoughts, it's not easy at first, because then you start to really kind of look at yourself and say, wow, I am just blowing things out of proportion. I'm, having all of these thoughts that are stressful. And how am I ever going to get a hold of that? And it really is about setting up a new neural pathway. It's almost like a roadmap in your brain, so that when something comes into your reality and through your energetic body, and you perceive through your eyes, your ears, your nose, maybe it's taste, whatever your senses are telling you, it's a way of patterning in your brain that you can arrange things a little differently. But it does take work, it takes time, and it takes easy, because we're always pushing that kind of stuff aside. We're always saying, oh, I don't need that. I don't have time for that. But if you don't, then these are the consequences. This is life's consequences if you don't get a hold of these thoughts that are catastrophic. They call it catastrophic thinking, where you're reacting, your body's reacting, and the way you're feeling impacts all of what's going to happen in your body. And you can, if you're feeling joy, you can have wonderful endorphins that promote healing. And if you're feeling stressed, you can have cortisol, and it can become habitual. It can become chronic. And, they've actually done studies to see because stress can come from good circumstances too, like you just got engaged, you just won the lottery, you just got a new job. These are all wonderful things that we're always looking forward to, thinking, oh, it's going to be great, I'm going to resolve all my problems. But when it's happening, it does cause stress, and it's called eustress. It's different, though, in that it's kind of bringing your emotions in of being happy about it, so that your body isn't producing the levels of cortisol that distress causes, and distress causes disease. So all of these things are important. As we have a lot of statistics on file, I have some of them right here. In 2018, 40% of people reported feeling more anxious than they did the year before. And American Psychiatric the American Psychiatrists Association, they sponsored a survey which did this report. Tensions are running higher in some states than others. And there was a list that came out through Zippia that compiled the rankings. And so you can find this stuff online. It's really interesting. The U.S. Census Bureau American Community Service from 2012 through 2016 came up with the top 10 states where stress levels are the highest. And New Jersey ranks number one. And the reason why is because I guess there's apparently a lot of heavy commute issues in New Jersey. The properties are high. There's a very competitive job market. So it's interesting. New Jersey came in number one, number two, Georgia, 3, Florida, which I found, quite interesting, 4, California, 5, New York, 6, Louisiana, 7, Maryland, 8, North Carolina, 9, Virginia, and 10, Mississippi. The low stress states, believe it or not, are they're kind of in the Midwest. South Dakota was named, not North Dakota, which I found surprising because conditions are, difficult, especially in the wintertime there. And but what I thought about is maybe these folks are more connected to nature. That might be one of the aspects. And there's a lot of farms around, and there's that opportunity to really enjoy that relationship of what I was speaking about initially in the show. It seems like the states that have more vegetation in nature, and farms and that sort of thing are lower stress. And that says a lot. I don't have any information from a study or anything like that about facts on that, but I think that this is important information for us to understand so that we can put that into our self-care routine. And some of the things, like I mentioned, aren't possible for some folks that are sick, aren't able to get out, but maybe we can bring the experience to them. Or maybe you have a job where you're, really in a space where it's hard for you to get out to nature, but you really, you know that this is going to be effective. And I'm making some noise here because I'm trying to pull out my great stuff that I have. I have essential oils, and one of the essential oils that I love, and it's really, effective, and most people can use this, is wild orange. And, I'm not branding this. I'm not saying, oh, this is the only brand out there. However, I offer this through my website. I'm not somebody who is trying to do that network marketing thing, but it's the doTERRA Wild Orange. I just offer it on my website, and if anybody wants to order it, they can contact me, info@mindhealthcoach.com. I do have a connection to my own link to doTERRA, but I don't participate in their program of bringing on and that sort of thing. I mean, if you're interested, by all means, contact me for that. But more so, I want people to understand the effects of essential oil and what it does for the brain. So this is orange essential oil. And most people, like I said, it's friendly to most people. It's not, unless you're allergic to oranges, you're probably going to be fine utilizing this. And it's safe to put in water, drops of water. I mean, drops in a glass of water are fine. I don't do it. I don't really like to consume essential oils too frequently unless I'm under the advisement of my doctor. I feel like that's something that they really need to advise you on, ingesting of essential oils. But what I do recommend is taking a couple drops, and you just place it on the palm of your hand, 2 or 3 drops, and rubbing your palms together. And you can place it over your face and take a nice deep inhale of, count of 5. And you can do that several times and really enjoy the effects. Now, what happens with essential oil, and I mean, this is becoming more and more prevalent in the medical field. I work with a lot of hospice agencies that have actually they've come up with their own blends of oils because they know that it can help the patient who's transitioning stay a little bit calmer, because what's in the essential oils is basically kind of what we breathe and connect to in nature. And what is in the essential oils passes through the blood-brain barrier. It just automatically passes through. There's nothing really cognizant that we have to think of. So people that are, transitioning in life, they actually place it on the back of their neck, and it absorbs in that way, so that if they do have any sensitivity to smells, that it won't affect them in a negative way. However, the oils, if you're having what's called sesquiterpenes, which are molecules from the essential oils breaking through the blood-brain barrier, and it automatically connects with different areas of the brain depending on what essential oil you're working with. So, the wild orange is great. If you're feeling, I always tell caregivers about this, because if you're feeling exhausted, and that's a big symptom of stress and caregiver burnout. And let me back up for a second, because I want to give you a little statistic. If you are a caregiver out there, I've seen it numerous times, both professional caregivers and caregivers that are, family caregivers, and more so with the family caregivers, because they're emotionally impacted by the relationship, but professionals too. If you are in that category and you're caregiving for somebody, it is one of the most stressful things, especially for folks that are caring for somebody with Alzheimer's. It is one of the most stressful experiences in life to care for somebody that has Alzheimer's. And so if you're the caregiver, you really need to be aware of where you're at if you're burning out. And stress can kill you. It can really kill you, because 1 in 5 people that are caring for somebody with Alzheimer's pass before that person with Alzheimer's, which is a shocking statistic. It really is, but it's accurate and true. And we have to come to realize that we're human too. We're not immortal. And just because we've identified ourselves as somebody's caregiver, it doesn't mean that, we should just allow ourselves to fall apart. And I use this analogy all the time. If you listen to my show, you've probably heard me say it before. I sound like a broken record. But just like the stewardesses say on the airplanes, you need to take care of yourself with your oxygen mask before you try to put an oxygen mask on anybody else. Now, the same goes for this scenario. If you are looking at your life and realizing, wow, I have all of these stressful circumstances going on that I perceive as really difficult and challenging all the time, and I'm noticing that I'm tired and I can't seem to get out of this frame of mind, and then it's really important for you to step back and say, okay, in order for me to be helping everyone else, because a lot of us, especially women, want to be so nurturing and we want to help everybody. We're like unlimited with our energy. And I'm not saying that men aren't like that too, because I know some gentlemen that are, very motivated and always trying to help and are nurturers in some respect too. But it's kind of ingrained in makeup with women because of I'm not trying to cause a gender gap or anything, but it's kind of a natural that we are so much more nurturing and wanting to be that all the time. And so with that being said, this kind of activity, using something like essential oils and doing it frequently when you're feeling that stress level reach a point, like, you're just feeling anxiety. That's one thing orange essential oil can help you with. When you're feeling totally like you just don't have any more energy, this replenishes your energy just by taking that nice deep inhale like I showed you. You can also put some on a cotton ball if you want to share it. Like, say you are a caregiver or you have children, you just don't want them to get it in their eyes. They can take the cotton ball if you don't want to put it on your skin and inhale it. So there's that way too. Now, lavender essential oil is really great. And I really enjoy lavender. I don't want to mix up too many because it's kind of, you want to actually take it in small doses. You don't want to overwhelm your senses, so then nothing is making sense. That brings on relaxation. And I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that, but it's important that you look at the quality of the oils that you're getting. You don't want to just go out and buy any particular essential oil. Like I said, I have a brand which I have total faith in because they, that I recommend, and I think they're great because they don't use pesticides and they just make sure the quality is really there. They're very great at describing the safe uses and the effectiveness. And they've done a lot of research, from a medical perspective too. It's the doTERRA line. You can find my link on my website, mindhealthcoach.com, and go there and you can look and view the products. And if you want to order it through me, all you do is you shoot me an email at info@mindhealthcoach.com and I'll place an order. You can just tell me where to mail it to and I can take care of that for you. So then you don't have to go through setting up your own merchant account and everything. That's kind of the one thing I don't like about promoting that kind of sale, but I'll handle and be the front person on that. And so that's one aspect that you can do to bring nature to you. So you're working with elements of nature and bringing that in, and it lowers your stress. Blood pressure lowers, your breathing, is regulated more. Another aspect to work with is called pranayama, and that is working on the breath for life. And so pranayama is utilized in yogic practices, and it's really important. I think during my discovery on what to talk to you guys about, I came across that fact of 21 to 22,000 breaths per day happen from each of us. I think there's something like 8 billion people on the planet. So I didn't do the math, but that's a lot of air going around. And so that's a lot of nurturing to vegetation and plant life and that sort of thing. And, it's important for us to try to implement these kinds of things naturally. I know a lot of people think, oh, you know, it's important that I get the stress under